asking you to rank which track suits you most. So if she's doing ICT and she's doing ICT with business in some components of her daily activities, then perhaps maybe she has success stories to tell during the application on how successful she is and how she's impacting the lives of people through her online marketing portal, for instance. So she should be able to explain. So you have to know yourself. What activities are you doing right now? And whether are you making any impact, which is notable impact, into everything that you're doing. So you said you're doing activities on social work, for instance. And perhaps you have done amazing projects, for instance, perhaps delivery of various services through your NGO or your organization. Then you need to know that you are applying for a civic leadership track, okay? And then if you're a public servant or you work with public entities, then you suitable applying for public management track. So that's why I put red, so that I can put more emphasis on what that entails to mean. Fourth, it is the current professional and educational experience. As Happy just said, you don't need to lie in your application. You need to be very much honest. And if it happens, maybe you cheat some information, you won't be able perhaps to explain them during the interview. I don't know. But anyway, you just be modest and tell them about your professional and educational experience, okay? And fifth, it is the personal statements. So there are 6 essay questions. The first 3 essay questions are 150 words limit, and the rest 3 are 250 words limit. You need to be very careful to make sure that you won't exceed the limit of these words. But also you need to be able to answer these questions and telling your success stories, telling the impact that you have been making into these essay questions. One of the questions, question number 3, I think, it asks you about what is the problem in your community that you have solved and how it impacted people. So you need to be very eloquent, you need to be simple and clear, and you need to give energy to your details so that they sound people who are reviewing your application, so that you'll be at least shortlisted, because the entire program, it takes to America for 2018 700 young leaders. But in 2017, 2016, 14, it was 1,000. It began with 100 in 2014, right? And the 2 or 3 more years, the number increased. But this time around, the number decreased. I don't know whether Happy, after 2018, whether the US government will cut the budget for the Yali program. I don't know. But anyway, thankful to President Obama with his administration previously, who had cut for the budget until 2018. I hope this program will continue anyway after you have already come back to Africa, because the entire Yali network has over 400,000 members in Africa. So it is the fastest growing network in Africa. Okay. 6, it is the optional professional development experience. Now this is optional. You can apply if you want to stay in America for more 6 weeks after the 6 weeks institute experience. It is optional. So they normally take 100 Yali alumni to stay in the US. 7 is the previous US experience, where they have been in the US. And also you are proficiency in English language, reading, writing in English. You need to test. Perhaps maybe Happy and his colleagues during the panel, they will test you, your speaking skills. Are you able to speak in less than 3 minutes and make any meaningful statement? There are also supplemental questions which they will need you to ask. but also there is application submission guidelines, which you will also need to read carefully and understand them. Frederick, next. Now, important things to remember is the timeline. The application was open 13th of September, and the process will go until 11th October. So you need to know the timeline, and you need to be very much careful about that. In January, February, the semi-finalists will be interviewed by local US embassy, and you'll be meeting Happy there. Late March 2018, applicants are notified of their status, whether you're successful for the program or not. And April, May 2018, visa process and pre-departure orientation for finalists. They'll take you for an orientation to orient you on the entire program, so that perhaps maybe if you land in Atlanta, Georgia, if that's your first time, you won't be tempted to vanish away, because we had some we had some fellows coming from Ethiopia in 2016, who once they landed in Atlanta, Georgia, they just vanished and they disappeared, and they were not able to trace her. And some people said maybe we saw her crossing the border going to Canada. So you need to get oriented on the entire departure and everything, and you need to be successful. You get to the airport quite early enough, isn't it? Yeah. In June 2018, the fellowship begins in the United States, and that's an amazing experience. It was my first time to be in the US, 2016. I've never been to US and America. I've only been to other countries in Europe and South America. So it was quite a good experience to be in the US. Next. Is eligible to apply. So there are 6 eligibility criteria for people who are eligible to apply. Number 1 is you need to be at least 25 to, not at least, you need to be 25 to 35. But there are exceptional matters. They're exceptional for those who are below 25 if you have distinguished and outstanding performance. Did we make it for having a Tanzanian who is below 25? Adela, I don't know, Adela, she was the 2017. So I'm told Adela was one of the amazing, and she had an outstanding performance, and she was below 25 and she made it. So if you're below 25, don't worry, you can still make it. Number 3, you don't need to be a US resident or US citizen to apply for this program. So if you're a US resident, you have a green card here, or you have a US citizenship, this program is not for you. 4, you need to be eligible to receive United States J1 visa. Now, I'm not the US Embassy. The US Embassy knows why you will be eligible for the J1. The J1 visa is the visa for all those travels in the US for people who are going for studies in the US. Okay? And I think in particular studies which are financed by the US government, isn't it? Yeah, that's the J1 visa. You also need to be proficient in reading, writing, and speaking in English. That's very important. And also you have to be a citizen and resident of Tanzania, so that you assure the US government that you'll be getting back to Tanzania after the program. Next, what are the criteria for selection? This is very important. Are you going to be selected or not? Number 1, you need to have a proven record of leadership and accomplishment. Okay. Number 2, you need to have demonstrated commitment to public or community service, volunteerism, or mentorship. So if you have been volunteering for Tayoa here, you are likely to be eligible for this program. Number 3, the ability to work cooperatively in diverse groups. You are able to work with your different groups, and strong social and communication skills. Number 5, energetic, positive attitude. You need to have demonstrated knowledge, interest, and professional experience in the sector and track selected during the interview. Yeah, that's a tip. A commitment to return to Africa and apply leadership skills and training benefit applicant countries. Okay, you need to get back. Sindio? Lazima urudi. Usizamie. Next. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's all about the tips on perhaps you need to know about this application for Yali 2018. Now, something beneficial to you that you need to know about this program. It is not a program that if you go to the US, perhaps you'll be able to get funding for your NGO. In some cases, the people who are going for business and entrepreneurship, there is a funding opportunity for them. During our track, during our year 2016, Tanzania had 5 leaders, Yali alumni, who won $25,000 grant for their amazing business ventures. So if you have business ventures, and actually Tanzania was leading because no other nation won like 5.